if a real fight, and I'd whoop his ass, I'd beat him.
I don't think he ever gets into the ring and risks his alpha male appearance.
Jake Paul is finally fighting Andrew Tate, and the internet has its next big obsession. After days of dodging Tate like he's allergic to real punches, Jake's now stepping up, surprise, surprise, thanks to a mountain of cash. Shocking. Not really. The showdown everyone's been waiting for is
Seeing them square off for the first time. The internet blew up. Everyone was talking about this fight. But why? So we've got Andrew Tate, who's the most spoke about man in the world right now. He is absolutely everywhere. Then we've got this guy, Jake Paul, who is making massive moves in the boxing scene. And he is one of the most famous people in the world right now.
Tate's been hyping this as real boxing, and fans expect Jake to finally face a true fighter. Will this be Jake's redemption arc or the brutal reality check he never wanted? Either way, this showdown promises to be intense. Stay tuned, this one's going to be wild.
Tate steps in with that long lead hook, and it's a good shot. There it's again, that long lead hook. He hurts the guy. Oh, blasts him to the body.
Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed king of masculinity, officially challenged Jake Paul on November 17, 2024, during a live stream, making sure the call-out was as personal as it was public. Known for his confidence and sharp tongue, Tate didn't hold back, roasting the YouTuber-turned-boxer in front of the world. Jake Paul has never faced a fight that wasn't carefully controlled. This will be different, Tate declared, exuding the swagger of someone who thrives on dominating opponents both verbally and physically. The gauntlet is thrown, and the world waits to see if Paul will answer this bold challenge.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Jake Paul wasted no time accepting the challenge, responding in less than 24 hours with his signature bold energy. Tate can't survive this fight. He's only in it for the money. The irony. A YouTuber-turned-boxer calling someone else cash-driven. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision of egos, brands, and massive paychecks. Two men who believe they're unstoppable are now set to face off, fueling endless hype. For better or worse, the world can't look away. It's the ultimate showdown, and with 2025 spotlight fixed on them, this bout is already the most talked about event of the year.
If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime.
Both Andrew Tate and Jake Paul are already wealthy. Jake, the self-proclaimed problem child, boasts a $300 million net worth from YouTube stunts, social media ventures, and a controversial but lucrative boxing career. Andrew Tate, with an estimated $400 million, amassed his fortune through kickboxing, online hustling programs, and non-stop controversy. Tate has essentially turned being polarizing into a profitable business.
Logan's got to see it.
Andrew Tate will not fight Jake. And if he does, it'd be a money play. He's going to get his ass kicked.
So much money.
He's going to get his ass kicked, and the top G facade will finally be.
When Jake accused Tate of fighting for money, Tate predictably fired back, "I don't fight for money. This is personal." Sure, Andrew, definitely not about the $100 million in projected pay-per-view revenue or selling overpriced self-help courses to followers. On paper, Andrew Tate has the edge. With a professional kickboxing record of 76 wins and just 9 losses, he's more than just talk. Known for his knockout power and psychological mind games, Tate has spent years breaking opponents mentally before they step into the ring. If combat sports were chess, Tate would be the guy flipping the board while lecturing you smugly about your inferiority. Jake Paul boasts an 8-1 record in his celebrity boxing career, impressive on paper, but critics are quick to point out his wins mostly came against retired athletes, former MMA fighters, and internet personalities chasing a paycheck over glory. Many label Jake a fake fighter, and this upcoming match is his chance to prove them wrong or confirm their doubts. A loss would surely ignite Twitter chaos. What's a good fight without some pre-match trash talk? Andrew Tate has already taken his shots, calling Jake a boy pretending to be a fighter, a line that feels like Tate rehearsed it in front of a mirror. Never one to shy away from a verbal spar, Jake fired back with a confident retort, "Tate is all talk. I'll shut him down in the ring." For both men, this fight is more than just another bout, it's a battle for pride, reputation, and the last word. Whether Jake silences his critics or gives them fresh ammunition, fans are in for a spectacle.
All you've got left is somebody like me. He'd mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, "Oh, Carl Froch's talking about himself, he's after a payday." Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my finances.
Hurting. You kind of go like up and then out and then like right. Just boom, 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 boom.
This fight isn't just entertainment, it's strategy. Andrew Tate is a master of psychological warfare, seizing every opportunity to get under his opponent's skin. Jake Paul, however, thrives on being underestimated. His entire boxing career is built on proving people wrong, so counting him out would be a mistake. Both fighters are taking their training seriously. Tate has reportedly ramped up preparations, working with elite boxing coaches to adapt his kickboxing skills into a pure boxing style. For someone who has spent years relying on kicks, knees, and elbows, this is a major adjustment. But if there's one thing Tate loves more than his Bugatti collection, it's proving his doubters wrong. Jake Paul, on the other hand, is sticking with his proven team, led by coach BJ Flores. Insiders say he's doubling down on endurance training to prepare for Tate's knockout power. Jake knows he's not the most seasoned fighter, but his relentless work ethic has earned the respect of even his harshest critics. For Jake, this fight is about respect. Despite his success, many still view him as a YouTuber who got lucky. Beating Andrew Tate would be his ultimate "told you so" moment, silencing doubters once and for all. A loss, however, would be disastrous, a PR nightmare that shatters his underdog narrative. The memes alone would be unforgiving. For Andrew Tate, this fight is about legacy. He's been vocal about his disdain for celebrity boxing, viewing it as a joke, and is determined to bring honor back to combat sports. A win would prove his versatility, solidifying him as a fighter who can dominate across disciplines.
Why don't you lose to an old man who's retired? I live in the real fucking world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real fucking world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport and don't have a fucking fraction of the money you have because you managed to become a fucking clown.
This fight between Andrew Tate and Jake Paul is more than just a showdown, it's a clash of cultures. Traditional boxing purists have long dismissed celebrity matches as cash grabs with no credibility. However, fights like this demand attention, proving that celebrity boxing is here to stay, drawing millions of new fans to the sport. A win for Jake Paul could further legitimize the celebrity boxing scene, paving the way for more high-profile crossover fights. Meanwhile, a victory for Andrew Tate would rally traditional fighters against influencers invading their space. The financial stakes are enormous, with early projections suggesting over $100 million in pay-per-view revenue and a global audience exceeding 50 million. This could place the event alongside iconic bouts like Mayweather vs. Pacquiao. Love them or hate them, Tate and Paul are turning this fight into a cultural moment, and one of the most watched events in boxing history.
The best boxer on the planet is Jake Paul. Why? I mean, who's doing it? I mean, if Mike Tyson says, "Let's do this," are you down? 100%.
I'm gonna make Mike my girlfriend.
Would you fight Mike Tyson?
Again, no, because he's now old, and I would be an absolutely tragic shame. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in the boxing match, so to beat him when he's past his prime is dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight.
Obviously, Andrew Tate can fight. He is a hard man. He's in great shape, and he's just got that stubbornness about him where I think he's a right hard
game. I like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber. I think he's a boxer.